You'll need a few packs of this kind of synthetic braiding hair or any brand, a bottle of oil for your scalp and your hair, and a sharp-ended comb. Alrighty, I'm going to show you how to achieve the neat, pretty faux locks like here in the front using some cheap $1 synthetic braiding hair. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a small section of my hair that I have left out here and part it into two smaller pieces. I twisted the hair in the front part just to have it out of my way. Now I'm going to take my oil just to put a little bit on my hair because it's going to be braided up and sealed inside my faux locks for a while. So when I have oil on there, it just keeps my hair moisturized when I go to take it down, so it's not like broken off and stuff. So I'm gonna take this amount of hair and I'm going to separate it into two pieces, and this is what I'm going to use to make my anchor braid. Like, I'm going to attach this to my natural hair, and I'm only going to braid it down far enough to where a little past my natural hair stops. Like, I'm not gonna braid the braid all the way down because I feel like that's just kind of a waste of time for me personally, because that hair is gonna have some hair wrapped around it anyway. So I just braid it a little longer than where my natural hair stops, since it was really short right there. Plus, stopping it right there, it helps the faux lock not to be super stiff. Now I'm going to take another small piece of the synthetic braiding hair, and I'm going to try and hold it close to the root of where I have the braid connected and begin to slowly wrap it around my braid. This is what creates that smooth, seamless lock look on the outside, like how my other locks look. I use this method for all my other locks, and it's a little time consuming, but it's worth it in the long run if you want them to be all neat and pretty and shiny like that. Plus, don't feel afraid to use such a small amount of hair, because I used a really thin strand, but it was more than enough to cover the braid and the hair all the way down to where I wanted it to stop. At this point, you can decide to twist it or wrap the hair around for your faux lock as long as you would like it to be. Here's where it's fun on deciding how long you really want your locks to be, because that determines how long you're going to be wrapping each and every one of these locks. I decided to stop. And now I'm going to try and put in my little cowrie shell. So what I'll be doing is taking a small piece of hair, the same strand that I was wrapping around, I'm separating it now, and I'm going to hold it out. I'm going to take my shell, and I'm going to take a bobby pin, and then I'm going to pull the bobby pin through that strand I have sticking out right there. I'm going to put the strand of hair in the bobby pin, then I'm going to pull the bobby pin through the opening of the shell. That's going to pull the hair through, and then once I get the hair through, I'll pull it out and I'll begin to wrap it around the rest of the lock. So basically, I'm taking that piece of hair, I'm making sure that the shell is secure, and I'm continuing the lock. I really liked this method because my shells stayed in for the duration of the style, and they did not loosen, and it didn't make the locks unravel, they didn't come apart, and it was just a great way to wear this style. So now, after I stopped it where I wanted to, I'm going to cut the remaining hair off, I'm going to burn it and melt the tip, and that's it. Here are a couple pictures of the finished look. I really love this style. It was really neat and sleek, and I'm glad I found a cheap alternative. And for the back, I decided to get an undercut because it was too short for me to try and grip. So thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful. See you next time.